Hey squad, welcome back. Today I'm going to be producing a cool, smooth, deep, soulful house track using my electric guitar, my bass, and some of the latest features from Arcade by Output.com. I'll then treat those production elements using some of my favorite Waves plugins, so let's dive in. Okay, so before we get started, let me just make it clear. This video is not a tutorial on how to use Arcade. And if you want me to make one using my own voice and my approach, then please do let me know in the comment section. But what I'm going to show you is how I use Arcade as a fantastic resource for creating really cool productions. So if you're an existing user, you'd know that Arcade provides great loops, samples, and synths for you to create your productions. And there's tons of different genres, tons of different styles, and a pretty useful database and search feature. So as I'd always do with a production such as this, I'm going to start things off with some drums. So let's open up Arcade and let's go to the search function right here. And I'm going to choose the instrument being drums, the genre, house. Let's type house in there. And let's choose deep house. Now, if we scroll down, we'll see all of the packs or lines that will fit the description that we've just typed in. However, we're going to go for bits and pieces because this is a pack that I'd already tested out and I want to use some of the drum samples on this one. Now, instead of me going through every single one of the samples in this pack, and so on, why don't you use the link in the description and download this thing for a 30-day free trial. You'll be able to try out all of the great content that works with this fantastic engine and figure out how you can incorporate this into your productions. That's all we need. Now the next step is important. What we want to do is bounce in place so we can convert this drum loop into audio. And I'm going to bypass, okay there. Cool. So let's pop back into Arcade and find a few more drum elements so we can build up our drum track. Okay, so here are a few more drum loops that I found on this really cool kit. What I did next was I recorded each of these in individually and then did the bounce in place process. And the next thing I did with the claps loop, I separated them out so you get this. And then with the toms loop, I pitched it up by 12 semitones, and this is what you get. Okay, so let's put those elements together. So let me add some hats and one or two extra bits to finish off the drum track, and then we'll move on to the other elements. Okay, so here's a raw drum track so far, just using elements I've drawn from Arcade and converted them into audio. So let's do some treatment now before we move on. First things first, I'm sending all of my drums through to bus 10, and on bus 10 I've got my go-to drum group processor, which is the Waves Tony Maserati GRP. Let's hear what we got now. Okay, bypassed. Okay, sounding good. On the kick, the Waves CLA 2A to control the dynamics. And I'm also passing it through the SSL EQ. Let's hear how this kick is sounding now. Much better. Okay, what about the claps? The CLA 2A, the SSL channel EQ, and the Logic spreader plugin. Okay, how about here? Once again, LA2A, channel EQ, and I've got an H delay. Let's have a listen to what this is doing. Ooh. Yeah. We've got pretty much the same tools as I've used above, but in different quantity, different measure as appropriate for each individual sound. Now remember, like I said, if you use the link in the description, you'll be able to download and try out this fantastic plugin, Arcade by Output.com. All of the packs that you've got right here will be fully functional and available to you to incorporate into your productions. And in addition, I'll have links to all of the Waves plugins I've used in this production for you to try out. Once again, absolutely free of charge. Click the links in the description, try them out and see what you think. They may well provide some solutions to your music production process. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so another cool pack I found is this one right here, See Through. I really want to use this synth loop right here. Now another thing I need to show you as well is right here where we can see B flat major. If we were to click here, we can choose the key and the scale. We can choose major scale, minor scale, and we can choose a key. By selecting it here and locking it in place, any pitched instrument that I bring in will audition in the B flat major scale. So let's drop this one in and then I'll look for a couple more things from the see-through patch in the warehouse pack. I'll spin those ones in and then I want to add a few more bits before I lay down my guitar and bass. Okay, so I found another cool sound under the warehouse set, and it's this vocoder sound. Okay, so I'll put that one down, and this is what we've got so far. That's going to work really well with some of the ideas I've got coming up. Next thing I want to add is a Rhodes electric piano sound. And there's loads to choose from within Arcade. There are loops that you can use or Rhodes patches that you can actually play in. But I'm just going to have a bit of a hunt around and see what I can come up with and then put something down. Okay, so I found this fantastic, beautiful, soft luxury EP patch under the Studio Keys line or set. And there's a bunch of different loops in the set. Now, the other thing to take note of is over here, I've changed the key and the scale to C minor. And the reason for that is when I was working through the loops and listening to the production in the background, I needed to find the right key and scale that will fit with my production. So although when I opened up this patch, it would have defaulted to B flat major, you can go in and change the key and the scale accordingly. So what I'm going to put down is something like this. Yeah, that's really nice. I can already imagine what I'm going to do with the guitar and with the bass to pull this all together as a nice soulful house production. So I just want to quickly show you that I've got the electric piano. I'm sending to one of my favorite plugins by Waves, the Maserati HMX, which I love using on keyboards to add extra harmonics. So let's have a quick listen. Much nicer character and a lovely color added to the sound. Okay, so now it's time for me to add a vocal hook. And if there's one place you're gonna find some fantastic vocal samples is in Arcade. The hooked set, there are just so many patches to choose from. The one we're going to go for today, however, is Nothing Better. And just to keep things moving, the samples I'm going to use from this set go like this.
It's you and me. Oh, it's you and me.
Let's put this one down and then keep things moving.
It's you and me. It's you and me. It's you and me. Oh, you make me feel like it's you and me.
Okay, let me do some processing and I'll come straight back. Okay, so let me show you what we've got going on with that vocal hook. First of all, I've created two versions, two copies of it. This one here and another one down here, which I'm going to be pitching up by 5 semitones. I'll show you that in a minute. However, both of these have been sent through to a vocal bus right here. And on the vocal bus, I've got two of my favorite vocal plugins, the Waves Silk Vocal and the CLA Vocals plugins. You must check out my video on this combo of Waves plugins. It really could be a game changer for you. Check the links above and in the description. So let's have a quick listen to the main hook. really, really nice. Now with the harmony, I'm using the vocal bender and I'm going up by 5 semitones. And let's have a quick listen to the 2 parts with the electric piano. How cool is that? Well, we're getting close to wrapping this up. I just want to add a little guitar riff and my electric bass, do a quick mix and play out as usual. So let's get that down. Now, the way I enjoy producing music is by combining real, organic, played instruments with the fantastic virtual instruments that we have right here in the box. Now, of course, I can dive into Arcade and check out all of the packs and all of the guitar samples and loops, and I'm sure I'll be able to find something that will fit with this production. However, for me, I like to add my own little flavor on top. Now, the riff I'm going to be playing is real simple, but I'm very particular about the tone. So I'm using these 2 Waves plugins, the CLA Guitars and the GTR Solo. So let's get this one down. Okay, so as you know, I love ending the show with me dropping a bass line. So in terms of the tone of my bass line, I'm going through my favorite CLA bass by Waves and the Tony Maserati B72. And as always, if you're finding value in what I'm doing, why not give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and check out my other videos. And don't forget as well, try out the software. You've got nothing to lose. The links are in the description. If you think they're going to provide solutions for your productions, why not dive in? I'm definitely going to be doing more on Output Arcade, but for now, let me drop this bass line in and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Deuce, I'm out. Peace.